Hey, Scottie, Andrew with KSBY. You guys still flying high, or has the buzz worn off a little bit from that big win?
Well, we're going to fly high. We're flying high because it was a big win. Number one team in the nation normally doesn't fall, a lot in this conference anyway. So we're still flying high, but we have to start shifting that focus more towards Texas State because that's the next game that's coming up. So,
how do you and your teammates ensure there is no letdown this week away from home and the home fans and,
It starts with the leadership. Our two captains, Will and Marty, they're really honing in on, really focusing on Texas State because this week it is a lot of distractions with the students coming in. But, right after practice today, Will brought us up and just let us know that today is, this week is all Texas State. So really just to focus in because we don't have school yet still, so we just have to focus in on Texas State.
Take me back to that play with the pick six and kind of, what you saw ahead of you and then kind of your feelings as you were heading into the end zone and take me through that whole thing.
Well, they came out and I think that we had our match coverage, I think, and then they came out and empty, and we have a check. And we came out and checked, and Coach checked it from the sideline, and they've been running this 3 wide and 3 verts all game, and it was finally my opportunity to be on that side because normally I'm on the boundary, and I was to the field because the ball was in the middle. And the quarterback, he went through his cadence, called hike, and he was just looking that way. He really wasn't looking off or anything. So I just stayed in my back pedal, and then he just threw it. I broke on it, caught it, and was running, had a lot of blocks. And I know Coach always say after you get an interception, just run towards the sideline, the closest nearest sideline. So I ran there, and then I seen that I didn't really have anywhere else to go, so I just cut it back and picked up some blocks and just went to the end zone. I didn't really I couldn't believe it at first that I really was running, still free, and wasn't tackled yet, but I'm glad I didn't get tackled, though.
Hey, Scottie, after Doug threw his first touchdown pass, the big one to David Marr, was there a tangible or noticeable mindset change, in the team at that point?
Yeah, because on defense, we were playing hard. We were playing as hard as we could, and before that, I think they had 2 field goals before that touchdown pass. We were down 14-20, I believe, and all we wanted on defense, we were just saying we just need a touchdown because that's how we were feeling. We were feeling real confident in what we were doing. So when Doug threw that touchdown and we went up, it was just a completely different feel. We was just so excited, so ready just to go back on the field, just get a big stop. So yeah, it was big.
2 things I noticed on Doug's touchdown. One, he got blasted right as he let it go.
Right.
And 2, after Marr scored, Doug ran about as fast as David did the other way, to greet him in the end zone. Do you guys notice that kind of stuff? I mean, did you see that when Doug ran the full length of the field as fast as he did?
Well, we didn't see it because we was all excited on the sideline, and then defense was getting ready and getting the kickoff team, the special teams ready. But that type of excitement does feed off the team. People are excited to see good things happen and see team come together and be happy. So yeah, it was a great sight.
Hey, Scottie, congrats on the nice win.
Thank you.
So a tough one against Humboldt. We know they're Division II. And then you come back, beat number 1. So what's the real Mustang? What are the real Mustangs? Are you closer to last week's game or the first week's team?
We just play hard. No disrespect to Humboldt. Humboldt's a good team. They came out, they had a good game plan, and they followed it, and it was a hard game. And then this week with Montana, they had a game plan. We came out, we just played. So we just go by every week and we just play our game. It doesn't really matter who we play against. It's not a real Mustangs or anything like that. We just gonna come out, we just play.
Kind of the old coaching cliche is, team improves the most between week 1 and week 2.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that was the case with this team this year?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, we improved from week 1 to week 2. We still have a lot of things to work on. But we did improve from week 1 to week 2 though.
You go to Texas State. The team was there 3 years ago. I think you were a freshman back then. Did you play in that game?
Yes, I did.
What do you remember about Texas State?
It was fun. It was warm, and it felt real good because of that night, and the sun wasn't out. And I remember it was real warm. I was nervous, real nervous. That was my first game playing in a year, because that was my redshirt freshman year. And I felt like everything was moving a million miles per hour because I was just so nervous and didn't know what was going on. But it was a fun game. I think I had Had a couple of tackles. I got an interception that game too, which was which was good.
If you look at their schedule so far, I mean, they got blasted by a FBS team in Week 1, and they kind of struggled against a Division II team, kind of like you guys did in Week 1. So it's kind of probably hard to gauge them. What do you know about Texas State? How difficult do you think this opponent's going to be, and what are the preparations this week for the Bobcats?
Well, I know they're athletic, and you can learn about what they do in previous, but you never know when it comes down to Saturday because every team is going to be different. So we just got to come out. We just got to stick with the game plan, what coaches call, and just be ready to play a full 60 minutes. Because as you know, last year we struggled on the road. We didn't pick up a win last year on the road, so we just really have to hone in on the fundamentals of the game and just play a full 60 minutes.
Didn't win a game on the road, but here you are, 5 straight road games coming up. Talk about that. I know you only want to plan for this week, but I mean it's kind of a daunting challenge you got ahead of yourself. Mm-hmm. How important is it to start off with a win here this week?
Oh, it's very important, and the reason why is because it's week 3. So we just have to take one game at a time. And I know it's on the road, and we've struggled on the road. And like I remember last year, a lot of those games we were up at halftime, I believe, and then we came out in the second half and we lost it. So we have to work on playing, like I said, a complete game, a complete 60 minutes. Because first half is okay, and then we come to the second half in the road games and we start to lose it. So that's what we really have to focus on, just playing a whole 60 minutes in a full football game.
And psychologically, just in terms of getting a win on the road and kind of overcoming that hurdle and breaking down that barrier, I would feel like that would be important too for you guys, especially knowing that you've got 4 more road games after this immediately.
Yes, it will be. Because, like I said, Texas State is a real good team too. So it's not like we're going and playing somebody that we think we can run all over, because that's not the case at all. So we have to come ready to play, and I wouldn't say it's a stigma on us because we didn't do it last year. However, we do know about it, and it is in our minds that we have a challenge ahead of us that we have to overcome.
Thanks.
Yep. One more, Eric. One more. Hey, Scottie, what's it like having Coach Lou, for the difference having him down on the field as opposed to up in the press box from last year?
Oh, it's great actually, because Coach Lou, he's a real intense guy. So he gets a feel for it when he's on the field. I think better than he does when he was in the box. So, and he gets the checks out faster and adjustments on the sideline a lot faster because he's there and he sees it. And then he has the other coaches that are in the box helping him out, telling him what to do. And he has a presence about him that just gets the defense just ready to play, and I think it's a wonderful decision on his part to be on the sideline with us.
That's what I was wondering. Is it more technical or more motivational, with him being down there?
It's both. It's both. I think it's real. I think it's real both, because Lou, you look at Lou on the sideline, he get this face and he get this feeling, and it's like, okay, we got to do this, right? And then you get to the sideline, it's done, and then he has the chalkboard ready for us. It already has, formations up on the different checks that we have to have. So with Luke being on the sideline, it really helps us out defensively.